Neville Goddard made a statement that sounds simple and is, in practice, one of the most misunderstood things he ever said. Feeling is the secret. In another formulation, he called feeling the prayer. Not the words you say, not the affirmation you repeat, not the visualization you construct. The feeling, that is the prayer. That is the creative act. To understand what he actually meant, it helps to first understand what he did not mean. He did not mean that you should try to feel happy or positive in general. He was not teaching emotional positivity as a practice. He was making a specific, technical claim about how consciousness creates reality. The feeling he was pointing at is a particular thing, the felt sense that the wish is already fulfilled. Not the wish for it, not the hope of it, the feeling of already having it, the emotional tone of the state you would be in if your desire were already true. In Freedom for All, Neville drew on a striking metaphor from the story of Noah and his 3 sons to explain the mechanics. Noah is the unconditioned consciousness, the I am. His first son Shem is the desire, the named thing you want. His third son Japheth is the external world, the objectified result. And between them is Ham, the middle son, whose name means warmth, the heat of feeling. Ham is described as the secret of the Father because it is feeling that joins the conceiver to the conception, the I am to the desired state. Without Ham, Shem cannot become Japheth. Without feeling, the desire cannot become the visible result. This is not metaphor for its own sake. Neville was describing a psychological mechanics. The subconscious mind, which he equated with the biblical father, does not respond to words or pictures alone. It responds to the emotional quality of what you are accepting as true. A person can repeat, "I am wealthy," 1,000 times while inwardly feeling poor, and the subconscious registers only the feeling. The affirmation passes over the surface, the feeling sinks in. This is also why he was so precise about what kind of feeling he was pointing at. It is not excitement about the desire. Excitement still implies distance from the desired object. It is the feeling of someone who does not yet have something they very much want. The feeling Neville wanted was quieter and more settled than excitement. He used words like naturalness, ease, and the sense of course. The feeling of someone who already lives in this truth and has simply accepted it. He gave the example of a soldier who spent 8 nights lying in his bed, imagining himself in his own apartment, walking from room to room, touching familiar things, lying down to sleep in his own bed. What was the feeling underneath that visualization? Not excitement, not longing. The natural, unremarkable feeling of a man simply at home. That ordinariness, that completeness, was the prayer. In The Power of Awareness, Neville wrote, "Surrender yourself completely to this feeling until your whole being is possessed by it." That word "possessed" is significant. He was not asking for a brief emotional exercise. He was asking for a state of absorption, the kind of complete identification with a feeling that happens naturally when you are genuinely convinced that something is true. You do not partially feel your own name. You do not partially feel the floor beneath your feet. These things are just real. Neville wanted the feeling of the fulfilled desire to have that same quality of settled reality. The practice this points toward is quieter than most people expect. It is not about generating emotional intensity. It is about finding the specific feeling tone, the quiet, embodied sense of what it is like to be the person who has this, and letting yourself rest in that state long enough for it to register as natural. A few minutes in this state each night before sleep, Neville taught, is enough. The key is the quality of the feeling, not the duration of the session. If you find the feeling, hold it. If you lose it, return to it without strain. The moment you are genuinely in it, genuinely feeling from the end rather than toward it, the prayer has been made. Everything else is the law doing what the law does. Feeling is not decoration around the real practice. It is the practice. And knowing this saves a great deal of time.